Now for the special part of the evening, we're going to be honoring 4 extraordinary women. You're going to meet dream achievers, dream drivers, and a dream maker. Our first award is to a dream achiever, and that's Dolly Coleman. Would Dolly come forward? Dolly is a native of New York. At age 17, she was a victim of gun violence, and she was confronted with immediate challenges. Dolly decided to not only live, but to fight and to thrive and to excel. During her 2 years in St. Mary's, she met Linda and they became best friends. Dolly was like a big sister to Linda, and they went to the Katy Perry concert, went to lots of restaurants, had a lot of fun together. And despite these challenges, Dolly has remained committed to her education. She got her bachelor's degree from Queens College in May. Ron and I were privileged to be part of her family, to be there. And she is now in graduate school at Queens College and hopes to go to law school. So any lawyers, I know there's lawyers out there, if you have advice for Dolly, please. So Dolly has been an assistant teacher at St. Mary's and has served as an intern in the office of the New York State Senator. So it is my honor and privilege to award Dolly the Dream Achiever Award for the Fairy Godmother Foundation.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You look too beautiful to be quiet, okay? This occasion is so special to me. I have been looking forward to it for a long time, so it's only right that I have an Oscar award-winning speech prepared. However, this event is much more important than the Oscars because everyone here has supported me and have been so kind in their giving, because it is really difficult living with a disability. We all face different challenges, and the support of loved ones and friends and fairy godmothers make it so much better, and it makes life more fulfilling. I'm very thankful to my table, my aunt with the S, and my brother. And thank you again for being here and allowing me to see how when people come together, we can achieve anything and help many people in need. So thank you. Thank you so much to Katie and the foundation lastly, because Katie is definitely amazing. Her family is just so strong and makes everyone around her feel special.
Thank you. Our next awards are the Dream Driver Award, and they will be presented to Allison Berna and Allison Schleimer of Appleseeds, if they would kindly come up. And if you're, the audience, if you would look at the 2 TV screens, and I'm joined by Katie Shea on the board. But we're going to show a video about a little of the work of the 2 Allisons, who I have memorized how to spell both of their names. So, Allison with 1 L, Allison with two L's. Allison Burnham and Allison Schlein. So let us look at the video and then we'll tell you a little bit more.
Appleseeds is really a dream that was born out of being parents. Allison and Bobby, Craig and I had just recently had our first kids, and we realized that we wanted to spend as much time with them as possible while still having a career outside of the homes. So we started dreaming about what would be amazing for our kids to have and our families to have in their lives, and we came up with the concept for Appleseeds.
We have an indoor play space, we have classes, we have birthday parties. Appleseeds is New York City's premier all-in-one play space for children newborn to 5 years old and their families.
When Allison and I met, our now 9.5-year-old twins were 5 months, 6 months old, and we were taking classes all around New York City. They were about 45 minutes long, and in the end, we had nowhere to really go and just hang out and meet other parents and have our kids meet other kids.
We really wanted to have a place that we could go to no matter what the weather was,
It was raining or snowing or even super hot.
and that we could stay as long as we wanted to. So we started dreaming about this indoor park concept or an indoor playground. And when we started talking about that idea with Craig and Bobby, we really started talking about what could be a viable business, and that created this idea of an all-in-one kids play space.
You can read more about the Allisons in the journal. However, I just wanted to highlight a few things, and then Katie Shea will do. Allison Schleiner is an Emmy Award-winning television producer and a volunteer teacher in West Harlem Elementary School. Allison Berner has experience in NBC News and at UNICEF, where she worked to protect children around the world. She's even taken people on challenges to Machu Picchu. Allison's met each other and have done an extraordinary thing, improving the quality of life for children, not only in New York City, but around the world.
Hello everyone, I'm Katie. Amongst all those amazing, wonderful things that we just shared about the Allisons, I also got the privilege of working for Allison and Allison at Appleseeds for 6 years. And there's so many more things to say about Appleseeds and about these two families who are standing here with us today. I was at Appleseeds for 6 years, and in that time I was able to see them serve so many philanthropic causes. If it was a cycling class that they were sponsoring for all of us to go to raise money for kids' cancer, or specifically running, doing a race or doing something as a team, as an Appleseeds team to help raise money for pediatric cancer research. Perhaps the most notable one that I can remember is little Liam, who went to Appleseeds and passed from neuroblastoma when he was 6, and they have done extremely well researching and helping with Cookies for Kids Cancer. And that has been a major fundraiser that they have played a part in. More than that though too, every single person who walks into Appleseeds doors is greeted by these two beautiful people and their beautiful hearts. And you feel like you can just be mentored when you walk in. All are welcome, and it's a very special place to be, and a special place to be able to work. I love both of their hearts, and I also love the heart that Appleseeds has for children, all children, children with any kind of significant delay, any kind of visual impairment, cognitive impairment, physical impairment, all are welcome. And in fact, I remember one day I was at Appleseeds and an infant had a seizure in the front of the Chelsea location. And the love that outpoured from the Appleseeds community around this poor nanny who was just having a meltdown in the front of Appleseeds was unbelievable. It wasn't that the staff rallied, it wasn't just that the people in the place rallied, it was the entire community of people just said, we're gonna be with you, we're gonna stand with you, and don't worry, we're gonna be with you, we're gonna walk with you through this experience. I'm very happy to be able to just stand up here with you, and I'm just honored that you guys hired me 6 years ago and that you keep doing philanthropic work for kids in our city. Thank you.
So for their extraordinary, innovative work, we are so pleased and proud to present the Allisons, Allison Burnham and Allison Schleiner, with the Fairy Godmother Dream Driver Award.
Hi, thank you so much. We're a little overwhelmed right now because we prepared a speech and Katie said it all. So the first thing that we would like to say is that we really want to thank the Fairy Godmother Foundation for this tremendous honor. Just to be named and in the company of people doing so much good for children is both a privilege and humbling. In particular, we would like to thank Katie Shea. She's an incredible woman that we met through Appleseeds. Katie's the one who nominated us for this honor, which is ironic because she should actually be the one standing up here accepting it. She has, since you've been a teenager, you've been working at Camp Sunshine, right? Camp Sunshine is in Casco, Maine, and it's a camp for chronically and terminally ill children and their families. She's also very involved with her church, Hillsong. And it's there that she became extremely close with a family from South Africa that was in New York to be treated at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And that's where she became also involved with Arms Wide Open Childhood Cancer Foundation. And if that weren't enough, Katie also sits on the board of the Fairy Godmother Foundation, as we found out tonight. And she cherished her relationship with Linda, the woman who the Fairy Godmother Gala is named after.
So after all of that amazingness about Katie, Allison and I were writing this today and we wondered how the Fairy Godmother Gala team could actually consider us to stand up to her tonight, and we're extremely honored. But to tell you a little bit more about us, I don't even need to say this because you just saw the video, but we are Allison and Allison, 1 L and 2 L's, not much just difference. But I would like to say that in another life, I think I'd want to be someone at that table and be a child life specialist, because what you do is beyond our comprehension. They're true angels. We created 2 businesses for children. We are focused always on children, Appleseeds and Songs for Seeds. And Songs for Seeds is a fun children's music class that we'd love to work with you on and maybe invite some children to. And we have 31 locations across the country. When we opened our business, Allison and I told our husbands, Bobby and Craig, that we wanted to add a pro-social arm to all this stuff. So hoping to keep charitable work and contributions as a primary focus for our business.
So both of our families, the Schleiners and the Burness, spend a lot of time outside of Appleseeds and Songs for Seeds working with nonprofits. For the past 9 years, my family, Craig, Sam, Ari, and Dove, and I have worked with an organization called Kenya Education Fund that provides scholarships to educate children in impoverished Kenyan communities. We throw an annual boxing party to raise money for Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and every April we travel to New Orleans to work with an organization called Youth Rebuilding New Orleans to help rebuild homes and communities destroyed by Hurricane Katrina.
And then Maddie, Sydney, Jack, Bobby, and I, my family, we also dedicate a significant amount of time to nonprofit organizations, and I'm happy to add Fairy Godmother to that list. I began my career at UNICEF, as Katie said, helping to manage sports for children who are affected by conflict and HIV/AIDS. And after I had my kids, I left UNICEF, and together we dove into charities that supported our friends and interests, including hosting fundraisers for my mother-in-law's Women Helping Women, ensuring that immigrants receive proper medical care. Together we raised medical research for the Progeria Research Foundation, a very rare disease, and like Allison and her family, we supported a little girl in Kenya who can now go to high school. But where I spend most of my time is at a nonprofit I started 4 years ago called Team C Possibilities with my friend Dan, who is blind, and 2 fellow athletic guides. And we raise money for children who are blind in impoverished communities, because if you think it's hard to be disabled here, it's really hard. We also try to challenge and change perceptions about what a person living with disabilities can and can't do, and what we all can do.
Through our personal lives and through Appleseeds and Songs for Seeds, where we really have dedicated most of our time and love over the last decade, is to supporting an organization that Katie mentioned and she has volunteered for as well, called Cookies for Kids Cancer. Cookies was started by an Appleseeds family when their 2.5-year-old son, Liam, was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, which is a particularly destructive form of pediatric cancer. Cookies raises awareness and critical funds for pediatric cancer research. They donate those funds to the top 7 pediatric cancer hospitals and research centers, and all in an ongoing effort to discover improved and less toxic treatments for children. Over the past 8 years, we have joined Cookies in that fight. Along with our kids and our families, we've hosted bake sales, done runs, lemonade stands, you name it.
One year we raised enough money to fund a $100,000 pediatric clinical trial, and that trial was named one of the most 10 significant scientific advancements in 2011 by Discover magazine. But the best and most important part about our work with Cookies is that we do it all with our children. So Maddie, Sydney, Ari, Sam, Jack, and Dove are all here tonight, staying up late. And they are as involved and interested in Cookies for Kids Cancer as we are. They bake, they sell, they go out there, they talk about pediatric cancer, they raise vital funds in a memory of honor of their friend Leanne who died. Because now they know how important it is to do all that we can to make the life of other children better. This is the same exact guiding force as the Fairy Godmother Foundation.
We've spent a lot of time at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and besides being one of the most incredible hospitals, with the most angels walking this earth, one of the simplest yet most uplifting things that Child Life does is that they visit each child in their room and present them with a gift. Not just any gift, but a gift that the people from Child Life secretly found out will make that child's day. If you're obsessed with Legos, they deliver a brand new Lego set. Superheroes, a superhero drawing set. They find out what makes you you and then magically deliver it to your bedside. The Fairy Godmother Foundation is doing that on a bigger level. Imagine having an opportunity to give a child their wish, to take their mind off the pain, to create memories for them and their families for a lifetime. That is what Fairy Godmother Foundation is doing with your support. We want to thank our families for being here, our husbands Bobby and Craig, who also give so much of themselves and deeply support Cookies. Our kids, the gloves. Our kids, Sam, Ari, Dove, Maddie, Sydney, and Jack, who have made a true impact on the lives of other kids through their hard work and support. I just want to quickly thank my mom and my stepdad, Rena and Mitch Rabinowitz, who are here tonight. My mom led by example. I saw her volunteering when I was a child and giving back, and it influenced my choices from a very young age.
Finally, I just want to thank two people, Angelina, who is a part of our family and really the reason I function, and Sue and Sunny, Sue Steinberg and Sunny Werther, who never miss a chance to support a cause. I'm glad they live here nearby in Queens, and I hope they stay a part of the foundation. And finally, we'd like to thank Katie Capitulo and the entire Fairy Godmother Foundation for this beautiful night and for their tireless and selfless work. Please, please, please continue to support their efforts. The wishes on their way out and the envelopes on the table, with every single dollar and with every single day, they affect children's lives directly, and we believe there is no greater mission. Thank you so much.
For the humanitarian work of an incredible, outstanding businesswoman in Queens, Lois Christie. Lois, come up. And if you could just look at the video we are going to be showing about the incredible work that Lois does, and then we'll proceed to give Lois her award.
Lois Christie has helped the women of Bayside look their best in her salon. Martha Good, who sells her own line of products and has up with the international organization to ensure high standards in the salon industry.
It's been an amazing journey. I borrowed $1,500 from my uncle and I dreamed big. When I wanted to start my hair color business in Queens, people told me you couldn't do it in Queens, you had to be Manhattan Salon. Well, we did it. We did it big. And we've been doing it for 35 years very successfully, and today we have over 90 employees with 16 colors. We do over 2,000 clients a week here, with over 100 walk-in clients. It doesn't matter if you have 2 operators or 100 operators, the formula doesn't change. You should put emphasis on the quality of your work that goes out the door. That is your business card. And educate your staff. It is the emphasis on educating your staff that counts. Do what you know and know what you're doing. You have to have a plan. Is your operation going to be high-end? Are you going to be luxury salon? Is it going to be volume? What is your image? Today, people are time poor. If a client has 2 hours, she wants as many services as she can have within that 2 hours. Clients used to ask, how much does the service cost? Today, they say, how long does it take? Christie & Company aligns with high-end products. This supports our image. The high-end products and companies that are professional, educate your staff, and more importantly, the professional products will only be sold through salons, and they won't be seen in low-rent discount stores. It isn't the price that matters today. It is the individual service that matters. Just keep thinking out of the box. Don't put barriers on yourself. Just do it. The beauty industry is a tremendous industry. It is important to join organizations within your industry that'll help you network and will help your business grow.
I'd like to bring to our stage the first stepper, First Lady of Intercopier.
Who would have thought a girl from Queens would end up being the first female president of the most prestigious beauty organization in the world? Especially Intercoiffure. We represent over 44 countries with over 3,000 members globally. So I'd like to leave you with, be passionate about what you do, love what you do, and have fun doing it.
Lois and her colleagues at Christie Salon, but I will just say they're extraordinary. Linda was very attached to them and to the staff, and they did a wonderful job. Lois is one of the top businesswomen in the country. She's been named Businesswoman of the Year. She excels in leadership, and she has another saying that I'm sure she remembers. It's not just about hair. So she always wants to improve people's lives, and it's just a beautiful thing. She's done so much for philanthropy. She's won numerous awards as a businesswoman and for her extraordinary achievements. So on behalf of the Godmother Foundation, we are just honored and delighted to present Lois with the